on, but like one would do better in views than the other, then obviously I'm going to pick the one that would do better in views. But like I don't really care that much though in the grand scheme of things.
I'd like to get this over with as
And also, too, using bots in your account is actually a thing that harms your channel. Like, it actually like doesn't help it. Like, unless you're just like someone that just like froths over the idea, again, froths not the right term. Yeah, like just loves the idea of seeing higher view counts or whatever. Like having bots like on your channel actually harms your channel. Like it literally like it lowers the watch time, like average watch times, and like YouTube recommends your video less. You also like ad revenue tanks on that video because now they're like, the people don't actually fucking like this video, so they're not gonna fucking pay you money for the ads on this video. Like it actually like yeah, it just harms your channel more than helps.
Use the scholars you have rescued to pass.
Latest video I'm surprised did well or bombed.
Where's everyone?
Let's see.
Gone to see the master.
Was it the Templars? Did they attack again?
They walk the path.
What path?
I do hate that like when I look at my own channel, I have to see all the members' first videos.
There is only what the master shows us. This is the truth.
You've lost your mind.
You too.
Most videos recently did what I expected.
So the master commands.
It was Al Mualim, wasn't it? What's he done to you?
Praise be to the master, for he has led us to
I think predicting Jeff Pro's favorite episodes for every season, that did like I expected to do well. I think it did worse than I expected though. Like it only has 4.5 thousand views. Like that's pretty atrocious for a Survivor video. Especially a Jeff Probst Survivor video. But also too fair, it's not like the greatest concept in the world. Like, I don't know how many people are ever like thinking, oh my god, I really wonder what Jeff Probst's favorite episodes are. But like still, I think I would have expected that to get like 6,000 to 7,000 more than like 4.5. Like that's pretty atrociously bad. I don't remember what I was expecting with Amazing Race 7 retrospective, but I think I was expecting more than 1.9k. Like I think that I was expecting more like 2.5 to 3. So I would say I think that to me slightly underperformed. I'm shocked the Romber retrospective got 1.7k. I feel like I'm pretty content with that. Like I feel like that's actually like pretty decent for a fucking Romber wedding special retrospective. Most screwed over players from every season did surprise me. That did better than I thought. 15k. I was thinking the cutscene would start. Yeah, really not much else really surprised me. I'm pleasantly surprised the Red Ranger ranking did so well, which I think it's not that well, but like 3.3k, like I feel like that's pretty good for a fucking Red Ranger ranking on my channel especially. Obviously, yeah, I definitely would have ranked every Beast game. I would have ranked every Squid Game Season 1 player, obviously. Doing not like the Janice sex tape picture enough. Yeah, I need to find ways to use that photo more often. Here's how the rumor video would do. Yeah, I really don't know. And to be fair, I don't really care that much, like because I was always gonna make it anyway. Like really, at this point for me, it's more of like a passion project to make it. But I think like I would expect it to get like I think my gut reaction would be like 10k. But we'll see. It might do worse, especially by the time it comes out. It's probably not gonna be the most like relevant in the world. Which I did end up delaying it again. I don't remember exactly when it's scheduled right now. I think it's like, is it October? I think it's currently looking like it's October. Yeah, October 11th is where it's currently slotted at. Which I forgot exactly what. There's a reason for it. But obviously, like I decided I want to move it like. At least at a point where Survivor's being talked about, because I feel like it's kind of a waste to, especially because it's such a big video, it's a video that's going to take a lot of time to make, that it's like, I feel like it's kind of a waste to like, blow that when when like no one's really talking as much about Survivor. And like obviously, like in retrospect, I think if I had thought about properly, I should have recognized that probably actually now would have been a great time to do it. Like when like because like 50 is still being talked about now with the tribe divisions and all that stuff. And too bad I'm gonna make that other video around the tribe divisions anyway. But like still, I think like if I made it around this period, I think it would have been fine. The problem is that I never intended on it releasing in this period. I always intended on it like being like August or beyond. But again, in retrospect, I probably should try to release it like quickly. But now that I have it, it's like, well then I guess I should just wait a little bit on it. And do it like mid 49.
Up here!
Or I could also just wait until 50 itself is also the thing. But I feel like that, I don't know if I want to send the video for that long.
You picked a fine time to arrive.
So it seems.
Guard yourself well, friend. Al-Mualim has betrayed us.
Yes.
Baby
The
222,
traitors
obviously.
Templar allies as well.
How do you know?
After we spoke, I returned to the ruins beneath Solomon's temple.
Uh,
Robert had kept a journal.
back to returning
filled
chances?
its
Or...
pages with revelations.
Oh, talking about the people's returning chances? Yeah, where do we leave off?
But it also opened my eyes.
Aubrey, I think, was next, right?
You were right, Altair. All along,
Uh,
our master has
I mean, like,
used
I
us.
would have said Edge of Extinction
not
was it
meant
for
to save the
Aubrey,
Holy Land,
but I
but
really did not
delivered
expect
to
to see
him.
her back after that.
He
It's like,
must be stopped.
so I guess you never know.
he's done to the
Like considering she made it
outsiders once
deep,
given
it's
the
like,
chance.
and maybe
We must stay
she
far from
like
him.
furthers
you
her
propose?
legacy, but it's like,
My background is
um,
still strong and my
I
men
was not
remain
expecting to
my
come back
own.
here, so. I
It
don't
would be a mistake.
know.
Distract
Chrissy,
these trolls, then.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like I would think Chrissy's done personally. Like she's already 54. By the time the next big returning season, which is gonna be 60, it's like she's
Their
gonna be
minds are not their own.
59.
If you can
Which is like
avoid
not
stones,
impossible, but it's like not looking
Yes.
great. And then like considering the fact that
So
she's
he
like a
has
mid
betrayed the tenets
like
of the
boot
creed.
seemingly
Does
mid
not
game
mean we
boot.
must as
It's
well.
like I don't know. I don't know if she's
I'll
gonna
do
have the
what I
impact
can.
to where like oh we need
That's
to
all
bring
I
her back
ask.
for 60. So it's like I would assume Chrissy's
Safety
done.
and peace, my friend.
Your presence here will deliver us both.
Then Mike White is interesting just because like it's Mike White. So it's like if Mike White wants to come back and they're not like pissed at him for leaving early, then it's like you would think they would just bring him back, right? Like he's a big enough celebrity outside that to where like you would want him on your show. So I don't know. Like I think it's possible for Mike White to return. Angelina, I'm worried. Again, if she really is like the first boot or something, I don't know. I don't think it's looking great. I'd love to see it, but yeah, I don't think it's looking great for her. Christian, again, it really determines on like how big of a splash he has. It seems like he's probably like kind of like a mid-ish boot. Like probably like I don't know, final 9, 10, 11-ish boot, which like I don't know. Again, like he's a big character. I hope he has a pretty good run, but let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Mike White is going to be like 59 to 60 by the time the next returning season, or like next major one.
I've never been one to run.
So that is definitely yeah, not looking great in terms of that. Smallville retrospective when I don't know. I have to rewatch it, and I'll obviously do it when that happens. There are a lot of videos that I wish I had the time to make, but I just never will. And to be fair, Smallville is not necessarily one of those examples, but like. I think like the Yu-Gi-Oh retrospectives, the
I found proof.
what was the other one? The Digimon retrospectives. There's like other stuff like that. That's like an ideal world I would do, but it's like, yeah, just not with that. And Genius UK, obviously I would love to do technically, but just time-wise didn't really work out. Maybe who's next? For Devins. Yeah, I think it's no. It's like in the same spot as like Christian. It'll have to come down to like how explosive of a exit he has. Was he like how big of a character he ends up being on the season? Like it's like possible considering like he at least made it like deep-ish, but like it's certainly not like a guarantee. Jonathan. Seeker's probably also in a similar spot where, really Jonathan though, I can see Jonathan getting purpled on 50, right? Like I think he's probably one of the more likely people to get purple, especially now that he's not like an end gamer. Like I think there's some serious potential for Jonathan just like getting almost no confessions, like the middle portions. Dude, I would do One Piece. I legitimately would. One Piece and Dragon Ball are like two things I would love to do videos on. Also, I just don't know when I'll ever find time to do it. Like it's not looking great for a One Piece season 2 video. But you know, we'll see the exact timing of when it comes out. Which is not coming out for a while still, right? Who's next? Again, D, I think it's a pretty good spot for D. Like, she's still young. She's, again, seems to be turning into a Survivor legend. Won her first season. At least made it very deep her second season. CBS seems to love D. I do think it's looking pretty good for D return at some point, at least. Emily, again, Emily's in that, like, Rick Devens, Christian ballpark of, like, seemingly a mid-game boot. Really just comes down to how exactly the run goes. Like, definitely possible, but just, you know, don't really know until we see the season.
I am not afraid.
Then, what, the 46ers, right? Tiffany, again, same thing. I mean, like, Tiffany made deep the first time, like, a deepish, like, mid-game. This time seems like also kind of mid-game. We'll see the impact she makes. Q, again, not looking great. If the stories about him leaving against production's will is true, that's not great for Q. They do seem to love him before this, though. So, like, maybe that goodwill could still make them want to bring him back, especially if he's, like, an early boot. They feel like, there's, like, so much potential there, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's looking great for Q. I think it's probably more possible that Q shows up on, like, the Traders or something than, like, on, like, Survivor 60. Then Charlie, again, I think, like, with Charlie in particular, I think he needs to be screwed to come back. I don't think Charlie is someone that, like, will have the lasting power beyond this. Or, like, I think Charlie's really a product of his time, to where, like, I think to really be remembered beyond 50, I think he would have to be, like, royally screwed. Cool.
Use free running.
When One Piece ends, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that, like, when One Piece ends, I could do, like, at least a video around that. Like, maybe just rank all the arcs or something, like, stuff like that. Problem is I actually need to get back to watching reading One Piece. Like, I've not read, well, I guess like, last time I've, like, consistently read the manga was Whole Cake Island, the end of Whole Cake Island. Or not, actually, no, not the beginning of Whole Cake Island. And then, like, I was, like, kind of following along with Wano. And then, I was reading Egghead, like, weekly for a bit. I never went back to watch Wano or read Wano. Dude, fuck me, what the fuck? And then, like, since then, I just, like, again, just been kind of seeing things that's been happening.
Can easily break your cover.
Rank every named One Piece character. Obviously, that would go well. How long would that video? Would be like a 10-hour video, probably. I love how, like, I said I was gonna end all these streams with, like, playing Balatro, and I just end up, like, just not doing that. Which I find funny. Mind you, I'm not even close to being done with Xbox. So, like, I'll still have time for it, but I do find it funny how, like, I literally said, oh yeah, we'll have time every single stream to play Balatro, and it's just, like, I haven't been able to yet after 3 streams. Cool. Dude, fuck me. Actually, I think that'll be funny. Do a retrospective of the bad dub, the 4K Kids dub. Tiff being the new Andrea. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Especially production does come out that's, like, really loving her. who's left? I didn't talk about Genevieve. I am worried about Genevieve's returning after this. If she doesn't really do again, I think to be fair, she's not that different from Charlie. Where like, dude, fuck off. Where wow, what the fuck? Yeah, it's not that different from Charlie, and like I think she needs to be screwed to some degree. That either that or like maybe I'm underestimating just how much Jeff loves the storyline about she found out emotions or the strength of her game or whatever his phrase was about Genevieve that he's like said like 3 times now across like different podcasts and stuff. Dude, what the fuck? Let me run! What the fuck? Okay. Actually, I think this is how the speedrun does it, isn't it? Is that you run away and then you, like, hit people with throwing knives? Yeah, 48. Again, Kyle, I think, is very possible still, considering he gets medevac. I think that's at least, like, an interesting enough story for a return. Yeah, I'm gonna die anyway. Again, Joe making it deep. I think again, he probably is going to be in like the legend sort of status after this. Like considering he seems to be a production favorite already, it's like if he wants it, I think he'll be back. And again, we'll see what happens with Savannah and Rizzo.
Take your time. When moving slowly.
There are people like Tiffany and Charlie. Oh, did I skip Camilla? Yeah, Camilla, I don't think it's looking great, but again, it's like a similar spot to like Genevieve and Charlie. Or like I think it comes down to dude, what? How did I hit it? Oh, okay.
Have you any final words?
You lied to me. Called Robert's goal foul when all along it was yours
It was
as well.
worse than the old Camilla, seemingly.
I've never been much
Yeah, like
good.
Camilla developed throughout 48 just to come back as the worst player.
Others will find the strength to stand against you.
This
Anything
is
new
why
happened
so
today or
long as
yesterday?
men
Not
maintain
really.
free will, there can be no peace.
Like I just missed out on
I
stream
killed the
yesterday,
last
so
man
it's just
who
like
spoke as such.
stream
Bold
today, and
words,
yeah, in
boy.
terms of like stuff, it's just like
Just words.
like Tribe Divisions happened since the last stream. Stars Unite saying they think they know the final 6 happened.
Why did you not make me like the other assassins?
We now know the timeline of when
Who you are,
Kyle, Mike,
are
and
trying too tight
Hugh
together.
left the game,
Of you have one
or like
will
left
deprive
like
me
when
of
they
it.
got flown out, which implies
Those Templars had to die.
how early they were gone. Obviously,
But the truth is, I did
very
try.
early.
Study when I showed you the treasure.
It's just Genevieve's number
But
1
you are
50
not
player
like the
ranking.
others.
No.
You saw through the illusion.
Illusion?
That's all it's ever done.
I wonder what the percent. Like, yeah, who's the bets for number 1 on the
This
50
word
player
of
ranking right
God.
now?
Do you
I
understand?
think I'd bet like
Red Sea was never parted.
D1 maybe.
Water never turned to wine. It was not the
Like I think the
machinations of
top
Iris
contenders are
that spawned the
D,
Trojan War, but
Joe, and Suri.
illusions, all of them.
What you plan is no less than
Maybe
illusion.
Aubrey. Maybe Aubrey could
Force
be there
men
too.
to follow you against their will.
Is it any less real than the phantoms the Saracens and Crusaders follow now? Those craven gods.
I think
who retreat
Suri,
from
it's
the world that
like-
men might slaughter one another in their
Yeah, it's
names?
like I would suspect she would be very high.
I'm simply giving them another. One that demands
I think the
less
question
blood.
would be like how
least they
possible,
choose
like
these phantoms.
could she actually win the game? Like would she actually win the game?
Aside from
Not in
the
terms of like
people
obviously I
who
think she would
convert
when she
or
gets to the end, but like is anyone actually taking her to the end? I think that'd be the interesting
Now
thing. about
logic
Suri.
has left you. In its place, you embrace emotion. I am
They'd
disappointed.
have a winner poll,
What's to be done then?
You will not follow me.
and I believe the
and
top
I
person
cannot
was
compel
Genevieve,
you.
right?
And you refuse to give up this evil scheme.
But to be fair, that was because like BB Twitter got a hold of it, or BB. I keep saying BB Twitter when I'm talking about Twitter. But yeah, like Twitter got a hold of it and like
You were
really
my very
boosted
best.
Genevieve. Because before that, it was Joe was number 1. don't even know. Is this actually doing any like real damage? This is kind of ridiculous that you could do this. Cool. Jeff being first boot would be really funny. If I remember, I believe it was like, wasn't it Joe and Ozzy were at the, I think Joe, Charlie, and Ozzy were like the top 3 initially. And then the Genevieve people came in.
The student
And then
does
she
not
became
defeat
number
the
1.
teacher.
I don't think she was 40. I think she was like at 17%.
So it seems. You have won then. Go.
She's
and
a
claim
D
your
is top
prize.
5 player.
You held fire in your hand, old man.
Yeah, if she makes it deep, it's like I think she would definitely have an argument. Especially if she makes it like she makes it deep with a lot of win equity too. It's like
Never.
Then I will.
and, like again plays optimally at least. Yeah, I think she's probably up there.
To know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also was a chasing after wind. For in much wisdom
Top 5 would be what? It'd be Suri, right? I don't know.
he that increaseth knowledge.
I think top 10 is like almost like I think top 10 is a lot easier. Top 5 is like I don't know.
Destroy.
I think she probably needs to make it. Like I think for top 5, I would probably specifically want her to either obviously win or be a runner-up that almost wins, or be a final juror that would have like definitely won, and maybe goes out in a not super straightforward way. I think for her to be top 5. You kind of missed the more reactive combat in early AC games. Yeah, I agree. Where I feel like it definitely becomes a lot more action-y. Like obviously Syndicate's like the most ridiculous part of that, where like they literally just try to make a Batman Arkham Assassin's Creed game.
What the hell was that?
Well, we've got them out.
How many?
At
Like
least
Fire Making Loser or something. Yeah, something like
We
that.
don't need them all.
I think Fire Making Loser in a spot where like somebody would have taken her to the
Imagine
end
they'll all still be functioning.
is what I would
At least
ideally
two
want
appear to reside on
if she's a
land
final
masses
juror.
that no longer exist.
We'll dispatch teams to each site and determine viability.
Joe beats
We only
D
need
and D
one,
gets
after all.
3rd. Who is higher?
What about the rest?
Collect them. Let's not leave anything to
Like
chance.
ranking of all players or the 50 player ranking? 50 player ranking probably Joe. Ranking of all players
And the
probably
assassin?
D.
We have what we need. Kill him.
But
Wait. You know how these things
Joe would
I doubt
have a
we'll
pretty
be able
big
to walk
increase
right
too.
in.
I mean, depends on like how exactly the winning game goes,
might
but like
win.
I think
Remember,
if Joe wins this
I'd
season,
recommend we
again,
go
he
here
definitely
so
would
we
have an
have
argument for top
confirmation
10.
that there aren't any surprises waiting for us at the sites.
This is
I think the
waste of
problem with
Set it
Joe,
yourself.
like I think the differences
We shouldn't
between
leave
Joe
anything
and
to
D in
chance.
that spot is that like Joe is that he obviously won her first appearance in a mostly impressive way. Obviously, again, no nitpicks to be had here and there of things, but still a very impressive first win. And if she makes it to the end as a winner the second time around, with like a massive target on her back, it's like I feel like that's a lot of like shown game ability there. Where with Joe, I feel like it's a kind of the opposite situation. Like Joe the first time around, like does run the show, but obviously like loses the game in a way that he pretty much lost the game by the time of the final 7 or so. He's like fundamentally could not win the game. And to be fair, he probably theoretically could win the game if he had like a different approach to the final tribal and that sort of thing. But still, yeah, it wasn't that likely.
Oh my god.
And then, by the way, this is the end of the game. The game's fucking over.
Is that blood?
But yeah, then
Here before me.
again, he's coming into a returning season where, like, again, I think he is like fairly benefited here. I think this is like a really good spot for him to begin with. To where, like, I think in terms of like in comparison to D and Joe's, like I think winning game again, maybe Joe's winning game here is better. But I think in terms of the losing game, I think it's one where like I think D's game would be more impressive to me. and I think more indication of like her overall game ability than Joe's would be. Where I think Joe, again, while he seems to have like I guess pretty good like ability to create bonds with people that makes them want to take him into the game, again, he still like fundamentally lack that like that ability to like. And I guess to fair, he would have obviously changed that by his second time around. And again, I think ultimately also it would come down to like the D, like how does she lose? Like is she just like a massive goat? Is she like if she like actually comes in third exactly? But really a lot of it's just like circumstantial, or not circumstantial return, but like it's a lot like we'll have to see. DMQ final 6 probably means Savannah's beat around time with Kyle's med ranks. Wow. Are those things correlated? Does he trade for Blood Message? I did not. I know that's a thing, but I didn't see what exactly it is. What time are we at? 3:53. I probably won't. I was thinking like, should I play Balatro? But yeah, I probably won't. It's like a tad too late. I think if it was like 3:30 or so, I probably would. What I'd like to see on a new era favorites tribe. I mean Q. Like it's like the first person that comes to mind. New era, like so. Let's think of the people that are here already. Like realistically, Joe would be there, but like I would not necessarily need him there. Genevieve would be probably on my list. I don't know, maybe. Maybe not if I'm trying to keep diversity mandate. Actually, I probably wouldn't either. Maybe Genevieve doesn't make it. I'll have Carolyn on. Actually, really, I feel like a lot of the people that I kind of wanted back are winners. At least the ones that came to mind right away. Yeah, it's like I think like a lot of them are like people that I'm not like. I think there's like kind of a lot of people that are like kind of in the same ballpark, but no one that really like pops out like I need this person on. Like I think Q is like really that main person. I think Carolyn probably. And Carolyn's not even someone I need to see back. I just like feel like I would expect her to be back, even though again, like I guess the season shows that she wouldn't. But I feel like that just feels like a spot for her. But yeah, you have like Omer. I would love to see back. I guess actually, Omer would probably make my list, but also it's like I don't think he would actually be on though. Like if we're saying like who would actually be on a favorite tribe, like it would probably just be similar to what we got, just not include the winners. But yeah, who I would pick? Yeah, I'd probably pick Omer. I'd probably pick Q. I'd probably pick Carolyn. I'm really like struggling to think of like who else they like definitely need. Emily probably. I don't need Jesse personally. I'm kind of fine without him.